the challenger. Fighting out of the red corner, she is wearing black trunks, trim in white. She is training out of Progressive Martial Arts in San Clemente by way of Guadalajara. She weighs 132 pounds. She brings to the cage a record 4 wins with only 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the 2014 UMMATF National Champion, Paola La Asesina Ramirez! Her opponent across the cage on my left, fighting out of blue corner. She is wearing red trunks, trimmed in black. She is training out of the Sweatshop MMA in Lakewood by way of County, California. Tonight she weighed 131.5 pounds. She brings to the cage an undefeated record, 4 wins, no losses, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Spar Bantamweight Champion,
This is it, folks, for the Bantamweight Championship at Spar. 3 3-minute rounds between Paola Ramirez and Farren Romero for that strap. Ramirez, some record-keeping issues, actually more than 2 fights.
Okay.
Which is why this is a shin guard less and 3-minute, 3-round fight.
Okay. That explains it.
Ramirez getting aggressive early. Romero turning Ramirez's back to the cage.
And here we go.
Both fighters
Both
throwing
exchange.
blows.
Inside low kick by Paola. Front kick.
Lots
Great.
of action so far from these 2 fighters.
Great 1-2 by Farrell. Great kick to the body. Farrell's trying to go for the body shots.
Farren Romero working the cardio box early.
Here we go. Just establish your jab. Front kick by Farren. Paola still stalking.
Ramirez holding center of the cage.
There you go.
Romero stiff right as Ramirez comes in. Paola Ramirez pressuring Farren Romero against the cage.
Farren cross-facing her, throwing some knees. Inside low kick. Here you go, both of them. Trying to open up strikes, trying to open up openings.
Reaching the midpoint here on our OC Fight Docs clock. Ramirez pouring it on. Paola Ramirez, a flurry into the face.
Farren gets in a clinch, breaks it off.
Blood now from the face of Romero.
Paola stalking Farren. Throws that jab out,
Farren Romero looks like she wants to counterpunch.
Ramirez, every time she punches, throws her against the cage, so that has to be some powerful punches.
Big overhand right. Right hook on the chin. Nice outside leg kick from Romero.
You have to set that up, girl. She needs to put her hands up. She needs to keep her hands up, even going in or staying out.
Ramirez landing that right hand at will.
Good job by Ramirez, stalking her, throwing that 1-2.
Paola Ramirez, multiple right hands landing. And that's it, round number 1 in the books of this bantamweight title fight.
Wow. You know, at times, Romero, she goes in with her hands down, and that's what's catching her a lot of the times. You know, and Ramirez has a pretty powerful punch to kind of just throw Romero to the cage. So, I don't know.
Very strong flurries coming from the 29-year-old out of progressive martial arts.
Yes.
Looking to improve that record and take the strap home. And don't forget, fans at home, go to down2scrap.com and surefit.com. Use the promo code SPARSTAR for 40% off. Act on that now before the fights are over for that discount.
And here we go. Here's the second round.
Round 2 on its way for this bantamweight championship. Rafael Davis in control of the cage.
I love how Romero always has a smile on her face.
Again, Ramirez stalking. Mean outside leg kick from Romero, but Ramirez throwing blows.
She's trying to fake it, trying to fake for Paola. Fake's going in, trying to fake her. Inside low kick by Romero.
And Ramirez just putting it on. When she starts throwing, she doesn't quit.
Yes. Romero's smart to kind of get her in a clinch. And Paola gets her down, gets Romero down. Side control now.
Romero working her way back to the feet.
She needs to use the cage itself to get herself up. She's receiving some damage.
Paola Ramirez just putting it on that nose.
There's a lot of blood coming from.
Another big overhand right. Rafael Davis looks very close, and that is it. We have a new women's bantamweight champion at Spar Star. Second round TKO finish for Paola Ramirez.
Wow.
What a performance to earn her professional debut. She bloodied the face of Farren Romero. Just
Again,
putting it on. Here's that finish.
Gushing.
Ramirez seeing the fight's near a finish. Just pouring it on, forcing Rafael Davis to step in and end the fight.
Great TKO by Paola. Paola Ramirez moves to 3-0.
Paola Ramirez still undefeated. Will not be an amateur for long.
No, not after this fight.
She's earned her professional debut here in Orange County later this year.
Yes.
And again, notice it's that big overhand right and then a right cross. Ramirez senses the end, just pours it on. That nose was already busted up, but when that last overhand right landed, I think it really put the nail in the coffin.
Yes, it did. The sharks smell blood.
Ramirez, the aggressor, the entire fight, not giving Romero any room to breathe. Romero getting tended to by our cage side doctor. You know, one of the worst parts about getting that nose busted up is you want to blow it out.
Yeah.
But as soon as you do, your eyes are going to puff all the way up.
Well, you know, from a loss like this, all you can do is just get bigger. So I expect nothing but great from this girl. And congratulations to Ramirez. She did an awesome job. kept pressure. He kept the pressure going and was able to finish that.
3 more fights remain. Get that 40% discount from surefit.com, SHURFIT.com, and down2scrap.com, down the number 2 scrap, SCRAP.com. Use the promo code SPARSTAR for a 40% discount. Thanks again to our online live stream partners, MMA Madhouse and Global Combat Network, and our big sponsor of the evening, OC Fight Docs.
Again, a special shout out to everybody that logged on and they're watching us live. The show is amazing. You guys should be here.
We asked you where you're watching from. So far, we've heard from Skippy Cohen at STP Tattoo on Twitter, who's watching from hashtag Oriron, which might have been Oregon, or maybe I have no idea where Oriron is. Thanks for watching, Skippy, and thanks for helping us out with MMA Madhouse. Three more fights coming your way tonight, folks. We still have a lightweight bout, a featherweight bout, and a middleweight bout between 2 undefeated competitors, Julian Capucetti and Michael Laser Reyes. But while you're waiting, why not visit surefit.com or downtoscrap.com
and get your 40% off.
40% off.
40%. Where are you going to find 40%?
40% off? Who knows?
Not even the Gap has 40% off.
Well, it depends on what season it is. And now tears from Ramirez, a big moment, not only earning the bantamweight strap, but also a shot at a professional career.
Yes. Great job by both of these ladies.
Such a fantastic performance. And now let's make things official inside the cage with Jim Fitzgerald.
The presentation of the hardware.
Ladies and gentlemen, now in the ring to award their winner the championship belt, Robles Valenzuela, and from OCFightDocs.com, Big Joe Gonzalez, sponsored for this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute, 11 seconds of round number 2, the referee in charge, Rafael Davis, stops the contest due to strikes. Our winner by TKO, she is the new Spar Star MMA female bantamweight champion, Paola Ramirez. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, from theclicksreport.com, Jonathan King.
All right, before we talk to Paola, let's put our hands together for Farren Romero. Being a champion is all about having class, and she's got tons of that. All right, I'm here and emotional. Paola Ramirez. Paola. A lot of emotions going through your head right now. Talk us through it. How you feeling? Coming into the fight, Farren was obviously the favorite.
Okay, fans, a reminder, we still have 3 more bouts coming your way. 3 more bouts coming your way.
And there you have it, folks.
The new
Paola Ramirez
champion.
goes home with another win, with a belt, and a professional contract.
Yes.
And they stay there.
Up, down.
They can go both directions, up and down. Very true.
That was a great fight. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the women's bouts.
Like we said before, the women bring it hard.
Yes.